spoke a little too freely, but I think he's got a reasonable point. I think the 3-year period of time is too long because, okay, yes, it's not a great idea to smoke herb. Okay, we all probably think that's true. But we're talking about college students. FBI wants people coming out of college, and during college, students do stuff, and then they get responsible like near the end of college and say, oh my God, I want to go into the FBI. But hey, you know, I did smoke some herb about 6 months ago at a party, and they can't join. I think it is reasonable to recognize that enough time has gone by, 6 months to a year, where you're looking forward to the future, planning on your career, thinking maybe the FBI is the way I want to go, I better stop my student ways. But to say 3 years, you may be really preventing yourself from getting really good hires. I kind of agree with the director, but I think he probably just spoke a little too freely.
Steve, would you hire somebody who had just smoked the herb?
Absolutely not. Look, I've worked on national security issues. When we're dealing with the security of this nation, we need people who can stay focused, who can zero in on the problems we're facing. Marijuana is a problem, all right? There's been a lot of studies, I know, one side or the other, but it does degrade one's attention and ability to focus. There are thousands, perhaps millions of young college students who have obeyed the law, who have done the best they could to get ahead. Why not focus in on them? We don't need anyone addicted to drugs or taking drugs dealing with national security issues. We should higher our standards, not lower them.
Well, that's not exactly what's been happening lately, though. I mean, President Obama just compared pot to alcohol. He said, quote, I smoked pot as a kid and view it as a bad habit and a vice, not different from the cigarettes that I smoked as a young person up through a big chunk of my adult life. I don't think it's more dangerous than alcohol.
We have strayed away from accountability and responsibility. We're telling young people, don't worry about it. Do your thing. You know what? You'll still get a job like anyone else. We've got to turn the tide if this country is going to be secure in many years to come.
Pat, I'll give you the final word on that.
Well, I think it's a bit different between going to a few parties during college and smoking a little bit of weed and being a pothead, that's ridiculous. We don't want somebody addicted to drugs. We don't want a pothead. That's true. Somebody who's involved in the lifestyle on a daily basis. No. And that's why each individual hire, they go through a process. And if it has been a long time since they've smoked some pot, which is why they used to say 3 years. But I say, hey, you're coming out of college. Hey, they did it a few times at a party. Really, we want to prevent those guys from ever getting a job. Yes, we want to set some example that young people shouldn't be using drugs. But hey, we are making drugs. The pot is legal in Colorado, and it's going to probably spread into other states. So unless we're going to do something about that, I think we can't really blame some college students from imbibing a little bit.
I want to thank you both for being here. Pat Brown, Steve Rogers. Love to continue this debate again, but we have to go.